Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make restaurant pizza at home and the wedges potato recipe, ranch sauce and Cajun sauce at home. So let's get started. So first I'm gonna start with the dough. I'm gonna make the original American recipe. So I'm gonna need warm water, salt and all-purpose flour, yeast, sugar and olive oil. If you don't want to add olive oil, you actually going to make Italian recipe for the pizza dough. But I want to add the olive oil because I'm gonna make the American recipe. So first I'm gonna start by dissolving the yeast and the sugar in the warm water. Now I'm gonna cover it and let it sit for like 10 minutes. Now after 10 minutes, now in my stand mixer bowl, I'm gonna put the yeast and sugar and water mixture, and I'm gonna start up with a cup of flour and the salt. And then I'm gonna use this attachment to knead my dough, and I'm gonna start with the low speed, and I'm gonna add my flour gradually. I cannot determine the amount of flour that you have to add because flour kinds are different. So maybe you have to add more than what I did or less than what I did. The pizza dough has to be sticky. So when your dough reaches this consistency, add your olive oil. And then I'm gonna mix it until it starts to get nice, smooth, as you can see. It's a sticky, it has to be sticky dough. So now I'm gonna sprinkle some flour in my working surface, and I'm gonna cut my pizza in 3 pieces. You can also cut it in 4 pieces if you want a smaller pizza. Now in this dish, I'm gonna put the dough that I cut it, and I'm gonna put it in the fridge overnight. Now we're gonna make a process called overnight proofing. This way you will end it up with the most delicious fluffy dough as you like it. Now for the pizza sauce, I'm gonna need 1 big onion that I chopped it in small pieces. I prefer red onion. And here I have some tomato juice. You can use canned tomato juice or fresh tomato juice. And for seasoning, I have some salt, sugar, because we want to get rid of the sourness from the tomato paste that we're gonna add, and some black pepper, paprika, chili powder, oregano, rosemary, and chicken stock cube. And also I'm gonna need 2 cloves of garlic and tomato paste and ketchup. Why ketchup? Because ketchup has like a little bit of sweetness into it, so it's gonna give our sauce a really delicious taste. I'm gonna stir up with the olive oil. I'm gonna add like 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I prefer using olive oil. It's healthiest, it's good for you, and it's tasty. And then I'm gonna add the garlic when my onion gets nice and golden, and my spices, my tomato paste, my ketchup, and toast everything around. and then my tomato juice, some water, because I'm gonna let it simmer over a low heat, and cover it and let it simmer over a low heat until it gets nice and thick. Now for the wedges potatoes, I'm gonna need potatoes. I prefer medium sizes potatoes. Some flour, some cornstarch, and Cajun spices. Super simple. It's just black pepper, cumin, chili powder, paprika, oregano, garlic powder, onion powder, and salt. And also I have some water to boil the potatoes. Now I'm gonna start up with cutting the potatoes in half, and then half again, and then half again. I think it's obvious in the video. And then I'm gonna wash them with cold water to get rid of the starch. Here I boiled the water, and then I put the potatoes and boil it for like 5 minutes, not more. And then I drain the water of it and let it cool down. While the potato is cooling, I'm gonna prepare the mixture, the flour and the cornstarch and the Cajun spices mixture. I used 1.5 tablespoons of Cajun spices. 1.5 tablespoon. Now after my potatoes are cooled down, I'm gonna put them in the bag and shake, 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 shake. Transfer the potatoes in another clean bag. And then I'm gonna put it in the freezer overnight. When it's totally frozen, I'm gonna start to fry it in a really hot oil until it gets nice and golden, as you can see. Now we're gonna move on to the ranch sauce. I have some dried parsley, dill, and oregano, salt, garlic powder, and onion powder, and cream, and mayonnaise. You can also use buttermilk instead of the cream. I'm gonna mix everything together, and you have the most amazing ranch sauce at home. And here I made the Cajun sauce. I have some leftover Cajun spices, mayonnaise, mustard, some Thailand chili sauce, ketchup, and soy sauce. Now we're gonna make our pizza. So here I have the dough. Now I'm gonna sprinkle some flour over my working surface. If you have some corn flour, it's gonna be way better. And I'm gonna start to spread the dough using my hand. You don't have to use a rolling pin at all. I'm gonna transform it in another tray, and then I'm gonna put the sauce, the pizza sauce that we have made, and some cheese, some mozzarella cheese, some tomatoes. You can use whatever you have in your home. You don't have to use what I used. I also bought some franks. You can put chicken, whatever you want. And I'm gonna put it in a preheated oven. The temperature of the oven is 250 degrees Celsius until it gets nice color from the bottom side. And then I'm gonna put extra cheese in the top and put it back in the oven to until the cheese is melt. As you can see here, I put my cheese, extra cheese in the top, and then I put it back in the oven until the cheese is nice and melted. And when it's get out, I spread some olive oil that I bought garlic and oregano into the sides of the pizza to make it nice and tasty, and the Cajun sauce in the top. Now I'm gonna make the shrimp or prawns pizza. So I'm gonna need some prawns that I toasted earlier with some butter and garlic and chili powder, some soy sauce, and then I cooked it with the same way that I told you about it. And I put the ranch sauce over it. It was super delicious. It was the most amazing pizza that I have ever made. And now I'm gonna make something called عيش البلبل. So I'm gonna need some cow brick and then some mozzarella cheese. It's actually a sweet pizza. It's a pie actually. It's not a pizza, it's a pie. And then when it's get out of the oven, I drizzled some honey. Please use high quality honey. So here you have the most delicious, tasty, sweet pizza. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and bye.